always start every session by looking at what's going on in the market. And the tool we're using is the VectorVest software. VectorVest is a stock analysis and portfolio management system. With VectorVest, you can analyze stocks better than anywhere else in this industry, I feel. Now, I've been here for 15 years. Do I have a bias? Sure I do. Oh, yeah. Talking about market timing. Every time we start off, we always look at what's going on in the market and what's affecting the market. So we do a little bit of a market overview to a certain degree, but let's see whether we should be bullish in the market, whether we should be bearish in the market, and that's where we'll start off. So let's start off with the home page of the software. The home page of the software will give you a good insight as to what's going on. So here we are. We're looking at the VectorVest software. We're looking at real-time, we're looking at real-time data. Is this live? Yeah, it is. And our market timing gauge today is 1 tick into the green. Our guidance is VectorVest does advocate caution when buying stocks at this time. If we go look at all of the top, where is, oh, there they are. Here's our quick list of, man, who moves this stuff around? You. All right. Anyway, here's all of our major indices. They're all up today. So why are they up? We're going to talk about why they are up today because that's part of a trending topic within this whole spectrum of market analysis. But everything is up to include our VectorVest Composite. For those of you who are new, the VectorVest Composite is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. Currently, we're tracking close to 8,300 stocks. We look at the index arithmetic average of all of those stocks and we provide a price. So the average price of all of those stocks is trading at $46.78. We track that indicator on both a week over week and day over day basis for the idea of timing the market. And yes, we do time the market. We don't predict which way the market is going to go, but we follow the trend of the market and keep our subscribers on the right side of the trend. Also looking in our color guard, which we should use like a traffic light. What's the main color you see? Yellow. What happened today? Well, we got a green light in that color guard pricing column, which will deteriorate in the next couple of days because when these days get down, we won't be able to get green lights on those days. So the market is moving up. Are we feeling more bullish? Well, I'm feeling more neutral in the market based upon what we see in our color guard. Now, our color guard tracks 3 of our market timing indicators. The price of the VectorVest Composite in this price column, RT, which is one of our core proprietary indicators. RT looks at the relative timing of the market. Is the market in an uptrend or a downtrend? Above the value of 1, the market's in an uptrend. Below the value of 1, as we are right now, we're still in a downtrend. The BSR, or buy to sell ratio, is an indicator of the health of the market. Below the value of 1, the market is showing signs of weakness. So there's still a lot of bearishness, a lot of weakness, a lot of neutrality in the market. Keep that and take that as it is worth, all right? Keep it that way. So the next thing we're going to do is look at the market timing graph. Remember, we just talked about that VectorVest Composite. The VectorVest Composite is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. What you're looking at on this graph now is the movement of that composite, that movement of over almost 8,300 stocks. When you're looking at the movement of that many stocks, you can definitely feel when the market is bullish. All right, look at that nice up run. When the market is bullish, when the market is bearish, look at that pullback on 8,300 stocks, and when the market is neutral. Now, if I move this into a tighter time period, let's go to the 3-month. All right, good morning or good afternoon, Marie. Oh, Santi, there you go. Hi, Santi, I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you? Glad that you're here. Glad that you're here. See that Tom with that fainting goat? See, stop messing with Tom J. All right, so here we are with the market timing graph. Here's the movement of the over 8,300 stocks moving down. I have moving averages on the graph of a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. As the market is moving down, found a level of support. Nice rebound yesterday, nice follow through today, but what's going on? A lot of selling pressure on this candle that's open today. So the wick shows you as high as the price went. The price of the composite went as high as $46.86, and right now it's trading 20 cents lower. Look at the bears pushing down on today's activity on the VectorVest Composite. So, can I be bullish? Well, we've got 2 bullish candles. Notice that both bullish candles are still inside the big down day. Both of these candles that were moving up are still inside the big down day. So have we really overcome this down day? Not yet. This is why neutrality is the key word of the day. So looking at the overview, this is where we stand. But now, let's take a look at what news is driving the market this way. We're going to open up the first story. The first story deals with, did I do that right, Joey? Okay. The first story deals with the news in the market, which is China. China is really very volatile back and forth, which is causing the market to go up or down on any particular day. President Donald Trump tweeted he will meet with Chinese Vice Premier him on Friday. Stocks rallied on the news. So we had now 2 solid days of the market moving up. But remember, we looked at the latest candle, today's candle, a lot of bearish pressure on that green candle. However, a White House spokesman later told CNBC's Kayla Tausch that the South China Morning Post reports were inaccurate. Futures recovered slightly. The South China Morning Post reported Wednesday night that high-level talks would only take place Thursday. Stocks futures plunged overnight. Notice that the news in China is moving the market back and forth. Thus, the volatility in the market is high. Trading on high volatility, it makes it tough to stay on one side of the market or not. The people who are taking advantage of high volatility are the option traders, where they are probably selling options right now, taking in a big premium, but utilizing time to make sure that they're right in the direction that they're picking. So think about it from that perspective. All right, so there we are. Big news that's moving the market. And now another thing that's moving the market coming up from that perspective. Last week, U.S. adds 136,000 jobs. In September, unemployment rate hits 50-year low. That should be fantastic news for the market. Fantastic news for the market, but the market is still struggling to move higher. All right, so keep those 2 things in mind that are moving the markets globally, or actually moving our markets here. And I'm going to go back into the software, and I'm going to bring up our list of stocks that we're going to look at today. And because the market is doing what it's doing, well, let's look at the VectorVest Composite. The VectorVest Composite is currently fairly valued, because we value that movement of almost 8,300 stocks. The relative value upside potential on it below 1. Relative safety. So the fundamentals of the market are not so good. The relative timing in the market is not above 1. So the VectorVest Composite is not in an uptrend. So looking at that, earnings growth rate on the market is sitting at 5%. They're growing their earnings by a rate of 5% overall. On the over 8,300 stocks, earnings per share is positive, sitting at 1.17. Now, a lot of people will use an indicator like the SPY or the spiders. Well, as an ETF, I will not be able to get the values on relative value and relative safety. But the SPY is still overall in an uptrend because the RT is above the value of 1. And we look at no earnings growth, no earnings per share on an ETF. So overall, even though the market is getting to feel a little bit more bullish, a little bit more bearish and neutral, the spiders, though, are still in an uptrend, whereas the VectorVest Composite is not. So looking at the news that's moving the market, and now looking at, I'm going to look at both the spider and the VVC as far as on a graph. All right, we already looked at the VectorVest Composite, but here's the spiders. And I'm using a 20-day exponential moving average. Where are the spiders doing? They're falling. Even with the move to the upside in the market in the last couple of days, where did the spiders stop? All right, Tom is here, right? Tom, what are you going to tell me? Where did the spiders stop today? Look at that, and from that point, what happened? The bears started pushing the price of the composite down. There you go, 2 big down candles. Ouch. Well, no, that was here, Jay, where we had 2 big down candles. But look at the wick of today's activity. Is right at that 20-day exponential moving average. Did not break above it. And that's right, Tom, this stuff really works. How about that? Makes sense. If the market is more neutral than anything, the price of the spiders was not able to eclipse at least the 20-day exponential moving average. Good time to be in the market when the SPY is above the 20-day. Not a good time when it's below, and currently still below, even though it's trying to have a little bit of a resurgence. And again, we already looked at the VectorVest Composite. There it is again on the 20-day exponential moving average. Below it, let's take off the last close. Below it, not only that, look at the volume. Why is the volume falling? Overall, what's the market doing? Over the last 7 trading days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Over the last 7 days, what's the market virtually doing? Moving sideways, all right? So there we go. I do like the earnings on the VectorVest Composite, still moving higher, but the market is moving sideways and below the value of the 20-day exponential moving average. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.